What's up, everybody? This is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. Now, I'm continuing with my series on inequalities, and in this video, I want to graph inequalities. So what's going to happen is, in these examples, you're going to see an inequality, and we're going to properly graph it. So, example 1. All right. Let's say I have the inequality x is greater than -4. All right, now remember, this is greater than. That sign does not change, only the numbers around it. And I'm going to use this green, so I need to draw a number line. Now remember, when we draw these number lines, a number line goes infinitely in both directions. So it goes infinitely this way as well as infinitely that way. We're only going to draw a portion of that number line when we graph this. So I say 3 numbers is a good rule of thumb. However, you can just put 1 number and it's fine. So I need to make sure that -4 is on there. So let's just say -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, and -1. And what we want to do is, when we graph this, because this is greater than, we're going to have an open circle on the number -4. All right, so I'm going to put an open circle on -4, and x is greater than -4. Now, the numbers that are greater than -4 are to the right of -4. So we're going to shade this way. All right, so anything to the right of -4 on that number line is a solution to this inequality. Okay? Let's look at another example. Let's say I have the inequality c is less than 0. All right? In a similar situation, if I have c is less than 0, I want this number line to have at least 3 numbers. And let's put 0 right in the middle. So 1, 2, -1, -2. And what we want to do is we want to put an open circle on 0. Alright? The numbers that are less than 0 are on the left side. So here we're going to shade on the left side. And that's it. Now, you could always actually take a number on the shaded side and just choose any number and substitute it in for C and just see if that's a true statement. So, for example, if I want to take -2 to see if I properly shaded, I can just simply write the inequality -2 is less than 0. And that is true. So I know that I correctly shaded on that graph. All right. Now, so we've worked with greater than, we've worked with less than. Now, let's try 2 more examples, and I think you all should be able to get this down packed. Let's look at example 3, or as I like to say, example tree. All right, so example 3, we have 3 is less than or equal to n. All right. Now this one looks a little different because the number is on the left-hand side, but it's the same thing. I want to put some numbers, and I want to put the number 3 on there. So let's say all right. Now, in this case, I have less than or equal to, so that means I'm going to have to actually have a closed circle because the number 3 is included in the solution. Now, on the 2 previous examples, when we had the open circle, that number with the open circle on it is not included in the solution. So this one actually is flipped. We can rewrite this as n is greater than or equal to 3. These are the same. Okay? So what this is telling me, and a lot of times I'll flip them to where the variable is on the left-hand side so that it's easier to read. So n is greater than or equal to 3. Well, the numbers that are greater than 3 are on the right-hand side. Notice I have a closed circle because 3 is included in the solution. And last but not least, let's do another example like that. Example 4, I have -8 is greater than or equal to t. Alright, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. Remember, we just have a piece of the number line that we're drawing. So let's say we want to put the -10, -9, -8, -7, -6, -5, -4. Alright, because we have the equal to part under there, we need to have a closed circle on the -8. And once again, we can rewrite this one as well. We can say t is less than or equal to -8. Notice in these two examples, when I switch the values on the side of on each side of the inequality symbol, I have to switch the inequality symbol as well. That's very important. So t is less than or equal to -8. Well, the numbers to the left, anytime you're on a number line, if you go to the left, those numbers get smaller. If you go to the right, those numbers get larger. So the numbers that are less than or equal to -8 are on the left side. Okay, so just to recap, greater than or less than, we have an open circle on that number to graph it. Greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we have to have a closed circle on that number to graph it, because when you have the equal to part, that number is included in your solution set. Young Gurus Math Tutoring, do me a favor, go to Instagram, follow. I've got some good stuff on Instagram, lots of clips that I post and some good tips for tutoring and for math students. At YG Math Tutoring, Facebook, Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. I release videos every Monday, Young Gurus Math Tutoring. I've got the solution to your math problems.